Hey, reporters, welcome back to my channel. Great news for all of you Bachelor fans because the franchise has just announced that they are coming out with their first ever senior citizens edition of the show. It's going to be called The Golden Bachelor, which is a play on the popular expression golden years, right? When you're a bit older, a little bit more salted, a little bit more peppered, you step into your golden years. And so I want to go over the press release that came out with you. Variety has a copy of it. We're going to go over it together. And it just sounds so wonderful. If you keep up with my channel, then you know I love talking about dating shows. And I always complain when I'm reviewing and recapping these shows, especially the ones that are supposed to be meant for marriage. I'm like, why do they keep not hiring, casting all these people who are so damn young? I don't think 23, 24, 25, 26-year-olds should be on these kinds of shows about looking for marriage. I think that they should be at a 30-year-old minimum, and I would love to see more people or people period, because I can't really think of any aside from that woman who was looking for someone to father a child for her. I can't think of any situations where people are 40s in these sorts of shows. I live in France, and one thing that I love about here is that that is common. We've got this show called Marié au premier regard, and it's all about older people. There's some younger people, but it's primarily people who are 50 plus. We've got people in their 70s looking for love. They're farmers, they live in rural areas, but they're looking for love and companionship. And obviously it's difficult when you are so far out of the city and stuff like that. And I love this show. I think it's groundbreaking, especially when you look at the American market for love and relationship and dating and marriage shows, right? So anyway, this is a picture from The Bachelor, a prior season, but let's get into the actual press release that is now accessible on variety.com. So let me get rid of this photo so we can read along together, shall we? The title is The Bachelor Senior Citizen season is finally coming this fall. Buckle up, you guys. After years and years of teasing it would happen, ABC has finally given the green light to its long-awaited senior citizen season of The Bachelor. This fall, one lucky older man will embark on a journey to find love, flipping the formula of the Bachelor franchise, for which for more than 2 decades has starred 20-something and barely 30-something singles. The new series will be called The Golden Bachelor. The leading man has yet to be announced, and his cast of female suitors will be announced at a later date. So I do want to say that I'm loving the fact that they are... Sorry, I've got a little doggy down here. Teva, attends, hang on, you guys. Let me put it like this. Teva, est-ce que tu veux dire bonjour? This is her. Teva, ça va? Ça va? She wants a treat from you guys. Guys, why don't you give her a treat? On a plus de biscuits. Désolée, ma belle. Sorry, girl. You're out of luck. I just gave her some treats before I started filming. That's why she's so nice. And I can't give her more or else she's going to get chubby. Okay, so let's go back to the actual press release, right? So yeah, they've been only scratching the surface of grown folks for this show. It's barely 30 something. I think the max is typically 33, maybe 34. 35 is okay, you old crow. And I don't mean that because I love the 30s. I'm excited to hit my 30s. I turn 30 in October. But that's how they make us feel. So the new series will be called, okay, we already know that. I wanted to say that I'm quite pleased that we are still not aware of who this man is or who the women are. For now, it's just exciting to know that we are breaking this barrier for the time being. ABC describes the new series as showcasing a whole new kind of love story, one for the golden years. The network synopsis says a hopeless romantic is given a second chance at love in the search for a partner with whom to share the sunset years of life. Can I just say, you guys, something about that is really depressing to me. To me, basically, they're saying, listen, we're finding people who are about to kick the bucket and they don't want to kick it alone. They want to find a little friend to spend those last couple of years with. The sunset to me is something that's happening very soon. What time is it? Right now, it's 5 o'clock here, for example. So the sun's going to set in 3 hours. That's what I'm feeling like, right? To me, it's oof, damn, okay. The women arriving at the mansion will have a lifetime of experience. And this is the part I like, okay? Lifetime of experience, living through love, loss, and laughter, hoping for a spark that ignites a future full of endless possibilities. So when you say that they have a lifetime of experience and they've already lived through love, loss, and laughter, I'm thinking of women who have traveled, who have worked a lot, who have had businesses, who have, maybe had children, who have maybe been widowed. Like there's so many like big like parts of their lives that they've experienced that we don't get to see on these shows because they're always casting people who are just at the beginning of their lives where you're like, dude, you've got so much to experience. Why are you here on a show? Please tell me you were just trying to be an influencer. I think you're just trying to be an influencer because what are you doing? You know what I mean? But I digress. In the end, will our golden man turn the page to start a new chapter with the woman of his dreams? Execs behind The Bachelor have been hot on the idea of a senior citizen Bachelor season for quite some time, but the series has been waiting on the back burner for years. It seems that the writer's strike pushed ABC over the edge. That's very interesting that would be the reason why they finally decided to go ahead and, put out that show. I think this is like kind of how reality television even became as big as it is because Hollywood is so cheap. They would rather put together these like these little reality non-scripted shows than to pay writers what they deserve for scripted television, right? So now with the writer's strike, it is quite ironic that is causing for the networks to call for more reality TV. I do want to say though that I fully support the writers and I find it really sad and disappointing and just like almost disgusting how these super rich networks and executives and head honchos don't want to pay a proper wage to the people that are lining their pockets. Like this network relies on writers. What did ABC have? They have Grey's Anatomy. Didn't they have Scandal? Didn't they have like How to Get Away? Like all those shows are scripted content. Like reality TV is all fun and everything, but scripted content is like gold, is like incredible, right? And it's really sad that they don't want to compensate people for being able to put that on their networks. But anyway, I'm moving a little bit too far away from the topic here. What I want to know is if you guys are looking forward to watching The Golden Bachelor. I was thinking about watching The Bachelorette this season because I've got a black bachelorette again, and I want to see how that plays out. But now the Golden Bachelor really has me tempted. I want to watch this as well. I think we're going to be batching this year, you guys. We're going to be batching because these are some really interesting, like shaken up sort of like concepts. I don't like when something is just like done a million times. You know what I mean? Like they've had 20 seasons of like 18 white bachelors or bachelorettes or whatever. I think we've only had one black bachelor and one other black bachelorette. Even if the bachelorette was going to be like Arab, Mexican, or like Latina, or Indian, or you know what I mean, like, or like Chinese or whatever, like I would have been really excited for that because it's different. Like I want things that are different. I can't, right? So this is really exciting to me. I am really looking forward to it. I want to see how it plays out. Like I want to see that these women are in an appropriate age range for him as well. And I think with the like lack of pressure to have kids, this is going to be interesting to see how like these sorts of relationships play out, right? Because again, we're always seeing people at the beginning of their lives talking about how they plan to have kids and they want to do this and they want to do that, like travel and whatnot. But like these are now going to be people who've done that. Most likely they've had the kids, they've done the traveling, or maybe traveling is going to be something that they want to start doing now that they've freed up. I don't know. But I don't know, like what does a relationship look like when that is not looming over your head? I have yet to see that on American television, because again, I see it on French television with my show that I love, L'amour est dans le pré. And you know what? There's another one that like is like that as well. We've got our own version of Married at First Sight. It's called Marié au premier regard. And it skews older. Like, so you do have some people who are like, I don't want to have kids, right? Like, or I already have kids, or this, that, or the other. So I don't know. I'm excited. I gotta say, good for you guys, ABC, for, putting this out there. The Golden Bachelor finally, like, giving it a chance. But it is a shame that you have only decided to give this a chance as a way to sustain your network while you refuse to pay the writers what they deserve. We're not going to ignore that. Okay. But you guys, let me know. Are you going to be watching this? Are you excited for it? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. Bye for now.